Hopefully not. That's hopefully not what happened.
Right, yeah.
Do we have any other questions? No.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Good job.
We need a
Do I
motion.
have any motions on this item?
Well, we accept the third quarter financial report as presented.
Second.
That does pass. Next item of business, resolution number CC 2009-09, SUA 2009-5, SPGA 2009-1, resolution adopting an identity theft policy for the City of Stillwater, Stillwater Utilities Authority, and Stillwater Public Golf Authority.
Marcia, you going to do a report on that? And I'll have a couple of comments as well.
The red flag rule resolutions are presented for the city, SPGA, and SUA. Based on the criteria required, it's for any customer account, covered account, which in our situation are utility accounts, our golf course, which we do have accounts receivable, the ability to charge a membership out there, and then any city account that we carry, like for Parks and Recreation. We do have some red flag concerns in our municipal court area. However, the actual municipal court records are exempt from the red flag. So that's the need for a resolution for each entity because they each have what is defined as a covered account. Basically, these policies are here to protect our citizens' data from being stolen or misapplied in a way that our customers at risk of their identity to be stolen while their data is in our possession. So some of the things that are included in the policy are such as their account information, that if we present the customer with a receipt, that we don't include their entire account number or their Visa card number or any other identifying information for them. There are a lot of things in that area where our software providers have kind of helped us in that regard. We do a lot of things when we screen, particularly in the utilities area for deposits, where we are verifying customers based on Social Security, driver's license, passport number, that type of thing. So almost all of, as far as the utilities go, the red flag rules that we need to comply with, because we have already implemented credit card payment and online payment, we've pretty much already institutionalized these rules. The common sense portions of this are as large as, not ignoring something. If a credit bureau would contact us and say, we think, someone's misapplying your account, which is a red flag under the rule. And then there's a lot of other things that are common sense, such as having secure facilities, escorting guests when they're on the premises, making sure that if there are non-authorized personnel in our areas where customer data may be on display, that we have that information secured, file cabinets locked, office doors locked, those types of things, very basic. But, once again, protecting our customers' data while it's under our control. And that's the basic purpose for these rules. The other components of the rule is that it is required to be adopted by the governing body, so that its intent is that it is a responsibility at the highest level of the organization. There is also required training. All of our employees will need to undergo 2 hours of training every year on what our current assessment of our weaknesses in this area would be, and what input we can gather to make improvements. Those will then be reviewed with the council on an annual basis. And then once again, we'll start that process again of training and retraining and making improvements to our system. The other component is that we do have vendors that we would contract with that would be on our premises such as a computer vendor, such as we have vendors that come in and work on our alarm system, or anyone that could be in the areas where we have customer information. We will also need to secure agreement from them that their employees maintain confidentiality should they come in contact with any of our customers' data, either by authorization from us for something they're doing, say if they're working on our software, or by inadvertently stumbling across it. So it is a pretty wide-reaching policy, but once again, a lot of it is security in the building, access to information, and a lot of those things that we already have in place.
I think, follow up on what Marcy's saying, and it goes beyond, the finance office and the billing office. And again, these federal regulations are to protect the citizens. We also are protecting employees. And as a part of the program, there's a lot of departments that have sensitive information, be it the municipal court, police department, the city attorney's department, our human resources personnel department. So we are, in conjunction with this, we're doing a very, very strict reassessment of access policy, and people that access those areas will only be people with a need to access. So, if you come to City Hall and find a locked door, it doesn't mean we don't want to talk to you. It's just growing requirements, and you may have to say, I'd like to see so-and-so, and we'll come and see you, and we can take you back to areas. But we are, again, because of federal regulations, really tightening the security and to everyone's protection, and it's a sign of the times. It's not always a fun thing, but we're trying to comply with all those regulations.
The other thing that I might add is that the City of Stillwater and all of the authorities that are required to come under this policy, we do have open records laws. And so there are portions of the red flag that can seem at times to conflict with our open records laws in the state of Oklahoma. And so that is another part of our needs assessment that we will continue to do and work with the city attorney's office to be sure that if we're required to release information, that we will continue to release it. And if we're not required and it's for the protection of our customer, we will not. However, it's not to give the impression that we're not an open records entity, because we are. So I just wanted to make that clear to the public as well.
As a potential victim of identity theft here about a month ago, red flags is what saved me. And so I think it's a very valuable tool to head off any potential internet or identity theft that possibly could come your way. You never know when it's going to hit you, and
Right.
and they keep talking about it's going to be a growing crime. So I think this is a good positive step that we're doing.
Thank you. Anybody like to make a motion on this item?
I would so move.
Second.
Before I vote, Mr. Attorney, do we have to do these individually because they're in different entities? My interpretation is we probably do.
Yeah.
You'll
they're
do
gonna
the
come up
yes,
again.
SUA will come up in the SUA meeting, and SPGA will come up in that meeting.
That was my understanding. So basically, we're only voting on Resolution CC 2009-9.
Yes, sir.
By that
At this
motion.
point.
Is the motion sufficient then on
Yes,
that
sir.
one? Okay.
That's what I moved.
You said it in total.
That motion is passed.
I knew you did.
Ordinance is first reading, ordinance number 3068, an ordinance amending Chapter 23 of the Stillwater City Code to correct an error in the section number of existing Section 23426, interim application of existing standards by renumbering in said section to Section 23361 and declaring an emergency. Ordinance item B, second reading, ordinance number 3067.
You got to go through
Wait a minute, we
the
go one at a time.
first one. Mr. Mayor, I would... Yeah. Mr. Mayor, I would move for approval of ordinance number 3068 on first reading.